everybody, looking for the camera. I'm Stacy with Stacy's Organizing and Decorating for Life. I am here to help you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives. It's kind of ironic today that I'm here to do that. I'm in another place today because I am in the process of moving, and rather than having boxes and chaos and clutter in the background, which if I'm helping you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives, that wouldn't be very helpful to either of us. I'm in a friend's house doing this. After I get moved, I'll be happy to record in the new place. But today, that's what we're going to talk about. It's kind of a plethora of things, because last week I had you all a video prepared, and that video was going to be about what causes us most emotional pain. And last week in that preparation of what causes us the most emotional pain is when we compare ourselves to others, because that's really the root of all of our pain, no matter what we're going through, whether it's a work thing, as if we compare ourselves to if somebody else is doing better than we are at work, and sometimes we develop a character defect, as we would call it, of jealousy, or of sometimes maybe they're not doing the job better than us and they're still getting more recognition. So it's still comparing ourselves to others. In relationships, oftentimes we're in relationships and maybe we compare ourselves to the person before us in the relationship with that particular partner, or the person after us in a relationship. I think that's most of our biggest fear, is that people are going to be kinder and nicer to the person who comes after us, right? So those were comparisons that I was thinking about in relationship, and how we can tend to act out, or our comparisons just with other people. Maybe if they have what we want. That's something that we work on oftentimes. Oftentimes we're just afraid that somebody's going to get what we want or take what we already have. So that was one part in the topic that I was looking at last week, and the pain of how we do that, and how we're afraid of being rejected. But the thing is that we really reject ourselves in turn with that. I'm kind of all over the place in the video today, as one might expect of a person who is in the process of moving, though, because I've also been having some power struggles. And I believe that everything, or not everything, but a lot of things that are, that are outward manifestations of our inward creations. And so in these power struggles, I'm having to really reflect and take a look at myself, because I've been to 3 places this week, and there have been power issues with those places. And while it doesn't seem like one would be connected to another, they have been. So I've been looking at that within myself. Today is a new moon, the day I'm recording. This will be posted tomorrow. But today is a new moon, and of course, as I've instructed people before, to write down 3 things, something that you wish to achieve or to gain right away, within the next week or so, but then something else that maybe in the next 3 to 6 months, and then maybe something else within the year or so, something that may be a long shot or a dream, So I always encourage people to do those. And as with this new moon, this new move, I'm creating a new me. But maybe I'm having to give up these power struggles that I'm talking about. I'm not kidding you. I had power issues at the place where I've been staying for the last 3 months. I've been house sitting. And so that's coming to a close. And as I'm getting ready to move and to get rid of a lot of things physically, because I'm moving into a smaller space, and we talk about in organizing and decorating to be able to let go of old things, or let go of what's no longer serving us, or let go of what we haven't used or needed in a period of time. And that's what I'm doing. Physically, I'm starting that process. But there's also an emotional thing, right? When we let things go, there's some emotional things going to that. I'm even letting things go digitally. But as I'm letting things go, where are these power struggles coming from? Because as I said, I was in the place where I've been staying, and the other evening, and the power had been flickering all day, and I thought it was everybody's power. And then in the evening time, my power went out, and I discovered that it was just my power. Thankfully, I'd gotten ready for the event that I was going to that evening, and my friends picked me up, and we went to an event, a show. And as the show was ending, I saw a transformer blow. And I had been to a friend's house before that, and the power was on, because I watched different houses. I kind of consider myself the Cato Caitlin of Puerto Morelos. If you all remember Cato Caitlin, please put it in the comments below. Anyway, Cato Caitlin was a caretaker of a house and stuff, so I take care of that. I do that as a side job too. And so I came back to this house, and it had no power on. Well, the houses around it did have power on, so I didn't associate with the transformer, because actually where the transformer blew, the power didn't go out. So I didn't associate that. So then I left this house because that was 12:30 in the morning. There was nobody that I could call at 12:30 in the morning that would be happy about hearing from me. So then, after I left this house, I went back to the place where I was staying, and I had power. So it was like, okay, this is cool. So I rested there. Then the person who owns the place where I am maintaining called back, and they told me what to do. So when we called, and I didn't know which one to call, with the maintenance person or the electric company, the maintenance person came and said that it was indeed an electrical issue. So he called the electric company for me, and guess what? It was associated to the place that I had been that night, the show I had gone and seen, the transformer that blew there. So then that got repaired. I went back home, and then my power went out again at this place I've been staying. And so I, messaged the landlords there that the power is out again. Last night there was no air conditioning where I was sleeping. There was no power there. I got up this morning. Thankfully we have gas so I could make coffee. Guess what? Another transformer. So I'm starting to feel like I'm having some power struggles. I mean, it's obvious, because we had a saying in my spiritual teachings where I used to go is, wherever you go, there you are. So I'm looking at these power struggles. Is anybody else having power struggles? Also, you can put those in the comments below. And how are you processing your power struggles? I'm really taking a deep, sorry, I'm being my own camera person trying to hold this. I'm taking a deep look at myself. Where am I struggling with giving away power? I'm struggling with giving up some things, some people, That's what I'm struggling with. Are there people in your life that you need to give up? And what I mean by that is, I'm not talking about, your grief of your loss of your loved ones, but there may be that too. I know for me, and the loss of my grief, I've been carrying my son's clothes around for 11 years. I lost my son 11 years ago. And I'm making a downsizing move. I'm moving into a studio where I cannot carry things that I don't look at, that I don't see, that I don't touch, that I don't feel, and that I can't take to the grave with me. I'm starting to think about the things, what can I take to the grave with me? And I can't take those things to the grave with me. He's with me in my heart and my soul after 11 years. I know he's not coming back into those clothes. He's not going to do anything, so I have to let those clothes go. So that's one thing I'm letting go. Maybe relationships that I thought were more than they were, And we have those, right? And if they're not calling us, if they're not, participating in the relationship, we need to let them go. They're not wanting to be a part of us, a part of our lives, if they're not participating in our lives, I know it's hard to let go, but we have to let go of those things. And, I'm not saying to let go with hate or anger, with none of these things. Do we let go of with hate, anger, sorrow, or dread? If we have faith, then we know that something else is going to come into place instead. And maybe there's no one ever going to be able to fill my son's shoes. In fact, those are things that are hard to let go of. That boy had some big shoes, and that's the last pair of shoes that I know of that he had, besides the ones he had on when he was gone, are hard to let go of. But how are they going to serve me? And this is the thing, is how is our lives serving us? Is it serving us to compare ourselves to another human being and to have ill feelings? Is it serving ourselves to stay stuck in our past, to holding on to things that won't last? What do we want to create? That's what I have to look for. I just celebrated my birthday. Y'all missed the video that weekend. And then last week I accidentally deleted the video that I had so recorded for you that talked about comparing ourselves with others. But really, when I thought about all these power struggles, I thought about, what does that indicate? That indicates the need to let go, let it go. I have a tattoo on my hip, let it be, because when I lost my son, there was no way I could figure that out. Is why would this happen and all of this. So, sometimes we have to let it go. Sometimes we have to let it be. That's, if you're a praying person, that's where the prayer of serenity comes in. I've talked about that in prior videos, of having the wisdom to know the difference of what we can and cannot control. Is power a part of control? What is it that we can do? We can create. On the other side of all the things that we hate, there's something better that we can create. Those losses, there are things that we can gain. So that's what we need to look at. So as I'm moving into this new place, I'm giving up a lot of physical things and getting rid of some of the digital things and getting rid of some of the emotional things and letting some people go that are alive and not alive, that just aren't resonating with my soul, that aren't participating in my life. And I'm not talking about my son, because my love is always there. And the other loves transform, and they transform. And so it's just being able to transform ourselves. It starts with us. All of our feelings, all of our thoughts, they start with us. And that's all the part of the creation and the manifestation of the outside. So if I'm having power struggles outside, it's time for me to let things go. So if you resonate with this video, I hope that you'll like it and subscribe below. I love when things rhyme and stay in a divine flow. But if not, just please continue to watch the videos, and I hope that you will release it without judgment, as I asked, with all of our things, to just release things without judgment. We can do that. We don't have to feel insignificant or not validated because maybe something doesn't resonate with us. I hope that you'll continue to watch and look for those videos that do. I want to thank all of you, I mean to do this in the beginning of the videos, who have liked and subscribed and followed me for years, and those who are new, we're up to 230. Woohoo! Thank you. Sorry for being corny, but in a way I'm not. So if you have an idea for a topic of a video, or you would like to reach out to me, as I have life coach, I'm a life coach. I like to heal through Reiki and energy healing, and I do that online and not online. Just please reach out to me. I'll put my email address below, and thank you for any kind of support that you show. And now the time is over for this video. Okay, I'm sorry. Please bear with me. I wish you much love and peace. I usually use two arms to do the love, but one's holding the camera, obviously. And I hope that you'll watch this video next time. If you like these videos, please share. We're trying to raise the vibe of the universe, okay? And sharing's caring, right? Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.